Sometimes making cute baby faces on TikTok and getting millions of followers for it isn't going to hold people back from exposing you for your true colors. And that's exactly what ended up happening with TikToker Sienna Mae Gomez, who recently got exposed by her ex-boyfriend as well as a bunch of her old friends from back in her hometown. Today's video is going to be quite a serious one, so without further ado, let's get into it. Sienna Mae Gomez is a TikToker who recently started blowing up over these last few months. And although Sienna first started gaining attention after hanging out with many other famous TikTokers like Lorray, Vinnie Hacker, and many more, she later tried using her platform to spread the message of body positivity on social media, which, as y'all can expect, ended up getting her millions of more followers. But it wasn't until she decided to profit off of this whole idea of body positivity just a couple of weeks later, after she decided to make merch with the saying, "Did you eat today?" Which, as y'all can remember, ended up getting her canceled, since obviously many thought it was offensive towards those with actual eating disorders. And not to mention, many thought that she was just trying to make a quick buck off of her followers without genuinely being a body positivity advocate. Anyways, the internet's assumptions about Sienna Mae have long since died down now, because now Sienna Mae's ex-boyfriend has come forward to expose Sienna Mae's true colors. It all started when Jack Wright made this TikTok. During this time, Sienna and Jack were not together anymore, so people all over the comments found it confused about this and how messy this TikTok seemed. Jack later ended up liking a comment of his own brother's under his TikTok, with his brother praising him for not being with someone that constantly takes advantage of him. Finally safe with no one taking advantage of you. After this little confirmation was when all hell broke loose, and was when Jack, his brother, as well as his own friends decided to come forward and finally speak out against Sienna Mae, explaining how abusive she was throughout their relationship and how she physically and mentally took advantage of Jack Wright. Here was the viral tweet of Jack's friend that Jack retweeted for everyone to see. "I struggle with seeing a girl getting praised after telling my best friend to himself and him numerous times after he set boundaries and repeatedly wonder why he doesn't like you back. She also has a history of verbally abusing people in high school and in LA. She prioritizes the growth of her platform rather than the positive message she represents herself as. Followers should not be an excuse to get away with behavior. You guys all deserve to know the truth about her. This is why I couldn't just let it go and stay out of it." After this tweet started to go viral, you guys, a bunch of Sienna Mae's former and local friends from back in her hometown decided to also come forward and speak out against Sienna as well, all over Twitter. The way she used to body shame everyone too. What was the body positivity about? Good on you, Riz. Everyone needs to see who she truly is. There's more to say. She's disgusting and needs help. Jumping out of a moving car because he doesn't want to go home, him in front of large groups of friends, and trying to control who he talks to and where he goes. One girl who actually went to school with Sienna even took matters further by making a video explaining her experience with Sienna Mae, and even showed proof that she went to school with Sienna.
So a couple of people have been asking me to say what happened with me and Sienna, so that is what I will be doing. I know that me and her were both young at this time, however, I want to say that this is still happening to people at my high school recently. Here is a playbook of a play that me and her were both in. Here I am, and here is Sienna, and here is Sienna and her sister, and there I am. So going to the actual story now, me and Sienna did acting at a place called Broadway Stars together for about 3 to 4 years. Every single time we did a play together, we always ended up being cast A, cast B, which means we ended up basically having the same costumes every time. I remember specifically her making a comment saying I would look better in my costume if I was skinnier. She made plenty of other comments about my weight and about my looks in general, like all the time. It happened to other people at the studio multiple times as well.
People even dug deep and found out that only a few weeks ago, Sienna herself made a TikTok that literally showed her being overly obsessive over Jack Wright, even when they weren't together anymore. Jack's brother James had messaged Sienna, insinuating for Sienna to basically back off of Jack and leave him alone, saying, "Jack doesn't want you anymore. Please stop trying to stay in contact with us." Yeah. And you tell me if this is some psycho behavior or not.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct, but it's wordy and hard to read.
People also found comments that Sienna was leaving all over Jack's TikToks over these past few months that showed how insanely obsessive Sienna was over Jack, while it seems like Jack didn't feel the same way. Here were just some of her overly obsessive comments. "This do be a one-sided love. Why don't you want me back? The amount of beds we've in and nothing has happened." Anyways, Sienna has since been trending worldwide for these allegations, and after even more people spoke out about her, this led Sienna to losing hundreds of thousands of followers on not only her TikTok but also her Instagram. I hate to put down women, but Sienna Mae is the same girl that filmed her perfectly skinny body before and after eating 4 tacos, both times looking the same. She spreads body positivity, but one of her first videos on TikTok is her talking about another girl's ED. How many are gonna be in the Hype House? Lopez Brothers, Nikita Dragon, Sienna Mae. It's getting to be too long of a list, and yet these are the kind of people who get a Netflix reality show. Not sure how Sienna Mae plans to dig her way out of this one, but let's remember believing the victim applies to men as well, and it should not be shoved under the rug. Although Sienna still hasn't spoken out about this at all, her own mom decided it'd be a good idea to speak up for her and say that her daughter was going to be addressing everything real soon. Hi everyone, Sienna will come out with a statement soon. Until she does, I encourage you to not believe everything circulating right now. Even huge sponsors that Sienna was just getting started to work with, like 437 Swimwear, also started speaking out about this whole mess, saying how they were going to look deeper into the situation, which could potentially mean Sienna would end up being dropped from this huge brand deal because of her alleged behaviors. Yeah, looks like James Charles and David Dobrik ain't the only ones getting dropped by huge brands this year. Anyways, I definitely want to know what you guys think about this whole situation. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I love y'all so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.